Yo, what's up, everybody? Thank you for finding your way over to In House Convos. Before you dive deep into this next episode, do me one huge favor. Find that subscribe button and smash it. Then go and select any video you want, give some thumbs up, and leave me some comments. And since you're already on social media, you know how to share and all that, go ahead and repost this for me one time. But enjoy this next episode of In House Convos. Yo, what's up, everybody? We're back with another episode of In House Convos. I'm your host, Marc the Franchise, and today I have such an amazing guest. I have a blessed guest, a busy man, so I'm glad that I was able to get some time with him. We have an actor, we have a model, we have a freelance marketer, we have a businessman. He's a businessman. We have so many things that I can't remember to say because he's so much all in one package. But ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for my special guest, Harrison.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How you doing?
My brother, nice I appreciate you being here.
Happy to be here.
I appreciate you being here. Okay, so I know you're super busy. I know you're busy, man, which makes me feel honored that you are willing to give me your time.
Thank you.
I know we have mutual friends. I know we have mutual acquaintances, but what I really want to know is, like, how did you come to, like, be aware of me, you know, like, of the podcast? How did we connect? Who's our mutual connection?
Our mutual connections would be Dank Crow. She's actually recently on your podcast, and she's an amazing person.
Yes.
And Hesh, actually, Street Savage, Hesh AP. Yeah, that's the boy. Yes, so he's a great skater. Dank, I met her through modeling and photography, and then Hesh, met him through the cannabis industry. So if you know Hesh, if you know Street Savage, hit up your boy. He's a great person, and I'm happy he can connect us today. So
yeah, absolutely. Man, so when it came to Dank Crow, dude, her podcast was so much fun. She lit up the room with me. We were outside, but lit it up. Like, I usually pride myself in being able to navigate and talk with people, but dude, she was just on point. She's a great, like, a great podcaster. And I had so many people hit me up about how funny she was and that we should do segments. And me and her even talked about that, like, we gotta get her in. We gotta have her come back and just do different segments where she just pops in and maybe starts talking shit, just whatever, you know, because you know her personality, you know her, like...
Yeah, she's a fun person. She can make a joke out of everything, even if it's bad. So.
Yeah, a great outlook, and, you know, so it's like, man, like, I definitely want to work with her again. Shout out Dang, she's dope as fuck. And then, you know, of course, Hesh, you know, me and him have a relationship that goes back a couple years now.
Okay.
We met at a event called Mad Flavor Fest. It popped up in Anaheim. And as soon as I hopped off stage, he was so fucking, like, cool and humble. Just came up and, hey, I'm so-and-so. And we exchanged Instagrams. And it was just, it's been cool, man. I've seen him at other, like, cannabis events and other things. He just pops up everywhere. And, you know, his hair, he stands out everywhere. So it's easy to recognize him and remember him. But, dude, he is such a fucking cool person, a good dad, a great skateboarder. I didn't realize until that podcast, because I thought when me and him were on the pod, I thought we were going to be talking about, like, more Street Savage stuff, the meaning, how he came up with the name, the logo, anything, you know, just to kind of, like, push his brand. And we talked hardcore about, like, skateboarding, about how much he loved it, how he was into it. So it was just amazing, you know, and which kind of brings you back to us because, like I said, those are kind of our mutual acquaintances, and they all have interesting stories on how they got to where they are. And knowing how busy you are, how much stuff you got going on, and you're able to give me some time, I'm truly honored and blessed.
Thank you.
But, you know, now I'm really, like, interested. Like, how did you decide, okay, I want to start doing acting, I want to start doing modeling, I'm going to be an artist and marketing, freelancer, all this stuff? Like, how did all this, like, these steps lead you to be, you know, successful to where you are right now?
Taking it back to the childhood. So I know growing up, my older brother was my biggest influence, actually. Shout out to Nicholas Harrison. Big bro.
Shout out.
He's always drawing, doing graffiti. So I've kind of just, like, got inspiration from him. And then growing up, I just love watching cartoons. Who doesn't like watching cartoons? So I just got taken, like, I want to do animation when I grow up. Over the years in school, I was, like, art classes. So I was getting graphic design. I would have my friends and teachers tell me, hey, you're a good artist. But people who meet me, you wouldn't think that I like art. You know what I'm saying? You would probably think something else. So I guess that kind of got stuck. And then college, I was like, hey, I'm going to commit. So I'm going to just do art. I went to Cal State San Bernardino. Shout out Coyotes. Honestly, a great underrated program. Taught me a lot in terms of just being, not just like the art history, but taught me a lot how to understand things from different perspectives. And I think that's a big takeaway, aside from art, just life in general. Not to be too judgmental about things. Obviously, don't judge a book by its cover. But it really just helped me open my eyes, and it's just it made me realize that I like to create things. The fact that you can create something, like even now we have influencers, the thought and like the feeling of making something just makes me feel better. Like I don't care if I had a bad day, if I make a podcast, if I can make a picture and like I can interpret my own self, and I have other people who support me, and like I'm happy. At the end of the day, it's like it's coming from my bare hands. So from like fast forwarding art wise and like everything else, I would say I'm gonna start leading to the cannabis industry. So I started bud tending. And then from then, I was actually pushing the people to like, hey, can I be the marketer? Can I be something in marketing? I have my degree in graphic design. So
have you always been like super into cannabis beforehand? You always like you love to smoke?
Actually, no. It's funny. I'm so like innocent introverted. I didn't start smoking until I tried it once in high school, and then freshman year in college. It's funny. My first roommate, Isaac, that's the homie. He gave me my first hit of I think it was like a brass knuckles.
Okay.
Bruh. And then I was from then on. It was So
you
I was
bad
always
influence. What's his name? Isaac Ishmael. What's his name? Isaac.
Isaac.
Bad
He's
influence.
yeah.
Shout out. Hey, it's medicine, man. It's herb. It's medicine. That's cool.
It was good.
But, so you say you were never into it prior? You just
not saying I was against it. I guess the way I grew up, I was just never around it. And then even in high school, I was always just doing sports and books, so I was never part of the party scene. I was kind of like the nerdy outside kid. That's why people who see me now, they're like, "Yo, what? You're extroverted?" So, in college,
it takes a lot of work, man. It takes a lot of work to be that, you know.
It does.
Growing up, because I mean, you grow up and you want to like just kind of be unseen at one point, you know. You want to just kind of get through life and do what you have to do, and then you know when you choose this lifestyle or the lifestyle chooses you, it's like you have no choice, but it's okay. Now I gotta interact. I got, you know.
Exactly.
Do you think bud tending? I'm sorry to cut you off, but do you think bud tending helped you like come out of your shell a little bit?
100%. I think just jobs over my life, it's always customer service, so it definitely helped me. And of course, I realized when I got into the cannabis industry, it's kind of one of the best jobs you can have. You can be yourself. No one's judging you. Like everyone's, how can you be mad when you're smoking weed? You're working at a dispensary, you know what I'm saying? So every day it's good vibes, talking to the customers, and that just kind of helped me, I guess, appreciate smoking more too. I guess, you know, before you turn 21, drinking alcohol is pretty cool, and then when you turn 21, it's like,
this shit sucks,
exactly.
Man.
So I guess it just taught me more how to be mindful of how I smoke and not just like smoke to pass the time by. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I appreciate that more.
That's good, man. That's real good.
Thank
Good way
you.
to look at it.
I'm not
a
even
lot
like,
of people just smoke to smoke. So that's good you say that.
Thank you. I realized, well, in college I was smoking to smoke, but like I'm not even the people who influence me. I'm not even mad at y'all. Like you, in a way, you helped me. It's great. Like I said, it's a medicine. Just in moderation.
Yeah.
But,
so we're not gonna come looking for you guys. You got the pass right now.
But fast forwarding back to the marketing, so. Like this is all gonna come together, I promise you.
No, don't worry.
After bud tending, I just worked in the marketing field for dispensary, Empire Dispensary. Shout out to you guys still.
Huge shout out.
If you guys know, you know.
Yeah.
So I just like doing that. Brand ambassador, sales. I wasn't too big on sales just because I don't like to push people to buy certain things, but I like the marketing aspect of meeting new people, networking. I'm a calm person. I know how to talk to people. Not saying I like to talk to people all the time, but it's a skill you pick up on a daily basis. You know what I mean?
Yes,
so
yes.
You
got to read people, right?
Exactly.
You got to read them.
And what came with the brand ambassadorship was random photo shoots. So, for example, Cannabis Capital, there would be times where I had to speak and be on camera, and I'm actually introverted, so I wasn't open to doing it, but I would have just colleagues and acquaintances saying like, hey, like you have a good like looking face, you have a good like tone, like be in the picture. So
did you ever have to take like classes to kind of help you come out of your shell? And
honestly, no, I just had a lot of sales jobs. Sales, I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of sales bosses who would on some Jordan Belfort stuff, they just tell me straight up how to talk to people and how to be more proper. So I know at times I speak low, like that's just my introvertedness coming out. Like my voice is deep, but it's also very low. So over time just picked up the skills of talking and marketing. And so with the pictures, I just kind of started doing cannabis photo shoots. So a lot of pictures on my Instagram started off with me just like smoking. So I prefer that. And then even with that, I was kind of hesitant because I'm not saying my parents were against smoking, but they were just like, hey, just don't be a mess up and then you'll be fine. So they're cool with it. They just don't pay any attention to it, if that makes sense. So
I get you. I'm just, growing up, my parents were not my mom so much, more my dad was like, you know what, I don't like tattoos, don't get tattoos. Oh, okay. my 18th birthday, my uncle came to my house and gave me my tattoo. I missed the first half of school because he was tattooing me, and then I went because that year I turned 18. I was already a senior.
Okay.
So 18th birthday, I went to school and I was all showing it off. And I got a tattoo today, and never looked back, dude.
Look at you now. Yeah.
Parents find a way to kind of like accept it, and you know, because they know you. You know, they know you. They know you're not a fuck up. They know you're not gonna do nothing stupid. You
Exactly.
know?
That was my biggest.
And because they have trust in themselves that they made the right decisions by you.
There you go.
They gave you that knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm sure, you know, at first they were just like, okay, it's cannabis, you know, they had apprehensions, but knowing you, they're probably like, you know.
Exactly. See, I'm not trying to toot my own horn.
Toot that shit, man. This is a place where you shout yourself out, because sometimes you don't get the credit you deserve. And a lot of times people overlook it because you keep succeeding, so they expect it, versus being like, man, you did another great thing. You did another. So shout yourself out, man. Pat yourself on the back. This is the place to do this shit.
Thank you. Yeah, I just kept doing more photography photos, and then with that, I just met more people in the cannabis industry. So at this point, I feel like if you haven't heard of my name Harrison in the cannabis industry, then you're probably new or you're a little bit older. But I just started enjoying that more, and so I didn't mind doing photo shoots. I started doing more couple photo shoots because what I actually ran into, the issue was just guys don't like to take pictures of other guys. You know what I'm saying? Just, it could be weird. I'm not trying to do anything sexual. I'm not also like coming off that way, but I just want pictures. And obviously, I've asked some people like, hey, what's your style? What's your medium? Some photographers are like, I don't really know, but you check their Instagram and it's just all half naked women. So clearly you have a style, which is cool. Yeah. But it's just hard to find a photographer. So when I started doing couple photo shoots, it's a little bit easier because it makes it, one, it helps the female model be more open to it, because a lot of them don't do couple photo shoots. It's all just sex stuff, individual by themselves, solo, so it's cool. So that kind of helped me work my way into getting more exposure in modeling wise, so I'm super grateful for that. And then now I'm just trying to do more creative art, so not more essential, just more abstract and more storytelling than just, hey, here's my like body half naked, you know what I mean? So
hugging a chick or something. Do you get I don't know the photography in the model world like at all. I can't say too much, but at all. Because you did so many of those like couple ones and all that. Did you get like a lot of referrals to where, hey, my friend wants to shoot with you now?
I did. Yeah,
that's good, man.
It's
that's cool.
I mean, if anything, I'm mainly there to network. At the end of the day, everyone's here to support themselves and trying to make friends, right? So I love that I'm able to meet people. There's tons of photo meets that I've been with and met with, and everyone still communicates to this day. So it's nice that like I'll pop up to a photo meet and I'll see someone that I saw like months ago. I'm like, hey, yo, you're still doing this? So it's nice that that's everyone's still in the community. Yeah. Grateful for people I met. Modeling is just, I would say, is more like a side thing on top of all my other hobbies. My main thing is just creating art, which would be my brand Harrison Designs though too. And then on that, I started that 2020, so pretty much pre-COVID. It was my college project actually, just to create our own brand. And then for a while, I know I wanted to create for other people.
And what did you go to college for?
I went to college for graphic design.
Graphic design, that's
yes,
dope,
sir.
Man. That's really dope.
Yes, sir. I just like everything marketing. If it's like logos, I started doing logos and animations. That was my main thing. And then like social media marketing. So Instagram Reels, and then stuff on X, and now everything's like, you got Snapchat. There's so many social media, so it's hard to keep up. But like,
kind of gets exhausting.
That's what
it's
I'm
like,
saying.
Man, I gotta fucking put it on here, create a caption for this and for that, then Instagram tag this, and then oh man, sometimes I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be uploading different things, and like, you know what? I'm not doing Snapchat today. I'm not doing it. I'm like, fuck it, I don't care, because it takes time, dude.
No, 100%.
You know,
yeah,
like,
I'll be on my phone for like 2 hours a day, literally just like posting stuff, and then you have to respond. Not saying it's a job, so
it's a full-time job.
100%.
It really is, because social media don't stop when you clock out. Social media is 24/7,
and that's the great thing you said that, actually, because that's another reason why I wanted to stick with marketing as like my career, because I think it's never ending. Like there's always going to be someone who needs a commercial, or like everything you see is advertising. We're wearing t-shirts, we're wearing like the car you drive, everything you go is advertising. So there's someone that needs to create that, right? So I feel like it's a job that's never going to end, compared to like, say, if you had like construction or like 9-to-5 jobs, there might be an end point at some point. So I feel like this one is guaranteed.
Man, it's funny you say that, because my background is warehousing and logistics and things like that. And it's like, I slowly see automation coming in. I slowly see, and it's like, man, these motherfuckers are going to put me out of a job. Yeah. You know, I mean, it's funny though, because there's some automation. They're like, oh, it's gonna be fully automated building and whatnot. But then when the building breaks down, who comes in?
Exactly.
People come back. But yeah, it's just funny you say that. Funny you say that because that's the way the world is. Like you said, you need to have somebody there who's gonna. How would you say the marketing aspect of it? Bring it to life and even with, like I said, my background, how I can be replaced. You need somebody still that's going to be there to bring the automation to life. And with your animation, your logo, all that, like you find a way to bring it all together.
Thank you. Yeah, when COVID happened too, my biggest thing was helping out small businesses. So I really liked branding. I like supporting people. I think as my nature, I'm just like a giving person. So for example, say you come to me and ask me like, hey, I need some t-shirts. I'm going to help you more than just t-shirts. Like I'm going to say like, hey, like what do you want to do with sales? Do you want to get your t-shirts in like a market? Do you want to start doing photo shoots with your t-shirts? Like there's other things you can do than just stopping at that one thing. So
then like just making a shirt.
Exactly.
Okay.
So peak COVID, a lot of small businesses were hitting me up just for like logos and then helping them advertise. I've done a lot of menus also. There's a restaurant in Riverside. Now I'm forgetting the name. It's a barbecue restaurant down in Riverside. It's gonna come back to me, but I did their menus, so I will shut them out later. But yeah, the more I create stuff, I just like doing everything. So like I said, marketing, interior design, that'll be my next step. I'm trying to do more custom made apparel. So for example, say you need like a dress done, I'm actually gonna get like custom made tailor, have it be one of a kind towards you, so it's just unique. And that way I can just try to be diverse in every category, whether it's interior design, graphic design, marketing, logo. I want to do everything. I feel like it's nice to just be dynamic at this point.
Yeah,
so
don't
like I said,
limit
the
yourself.
all in one.
yeah don't limit yourself, man. That's a very smart way to look at it. That way your lane, your avenue doesn't just stop at, just like how you said, you're not just making t-shirts. Do you want to do photos? Do you want to put it in this? Do you want to do that? Like, that's smart that you're using your graphic design to like, nah, I'm doing everything. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you said you were into animation as a kid, like what cartoons were you watching that like got your mind like, okay, I want to do this, and what started this path? That's what I'm interested in.
Honestly, I'm gonna start with like Cartoon Network, just like regular Billy and Mandy. That was really cool. And then watching anime, like I'm a geek, so like Naruto, basic stuff like that, Demon Slayer, even just like the basic Disney Channel shows. Just watching that animation and watching it, like I'm like, how does someone make that stuff? So that's what intrigued me the most. Yeah, just kind of sparked it. And now, even growing up now, watching like the Netflix shows, like the animation just keeps getting more like crisp, unique. The quality is getting better, so it just entices me. I'm actually making a comic book.
Oh, shit.
I am.
What about like your own show? I'm sure you can animate a small series or something.
It's actually in the works. I didn't want to spoil it. No, I didn't want to spoil it too much.
I'll edit that.
No, you're good. But I am actually working on anime. It actually discusses my art career. So the story is based on me, Justin, and then his characters. It's basically him drawing all of his art, and his artwork is coming back to life to kind of not haunt him in a way, but just to show him different ways of living his life. So you guys will see it. I've teased some pictures and characters on my design page. Follow 2_H designs. You'll see. But yeah, and then with my Harrison Designs business, I'm trying to have subcategories. So with my comic animation, it's going to be under Harrison Scripts. Okay. And then Harrison Designs, of course, that's the natural marketing. And then I have Harrison Photography. So that's when I do my actual own photography, which I have not done in about a year, just because other things have taken place. But
life hits you, man.
Yeah,
life hits you. You got to pick and choose what's more important. Prioritize at the moment.
Exactly. Like I'm actually kind of stuck now on just which path to finish on, just because I'm doing modeling, I do marketing, and then not for myself but for another business, but it's like I don't want to put too much eggs in one basket and also like leave one thing out of the way. So
yes.
I think this next month my focus is mainly my animation. I really want to get that published. I already have the pages written down. Right now I'm just actually doing the actual animation part, so that's taking longer. Don't get me started on that.
That's cool though, dude. That's cool.
Thank you.
I mean, just the creative mind you have to come up with your own animation of for dude. That's wild, man.
Thank you.
That's wild. I feel like what I do, just coming up with lyrics, is hard enough.
No, that's creative though. Like the moment you think something, you have to get it out on paper, right? So
yeah, I mean, I don't know how you get your inspiration. Like for me, sometimes I wasn't even thinking, and like the beat will hit, and it's like it just makes you want to say something. So I mean, I don't know if you watch a show and all of a sudden just sparks something, you start writing for it.
No, dead ass. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I
Yeah,
get so much in it, bro. If you've seen Intergalactic on Netflix too, like I get so much information just from watching shit. I'm just like, wow, like if they can do it, what's to say I can't do that shit either?
Do you catch yourself like watching those shows now more to study versus enjoyment?
Damn. Yeah, I've been watching with my girl, and she's like, "Are you actually enjoying it, just like in like critiquing them, like both?"
You're all taking
but, like,
notes?
yeah, I'm like talking the whole time. But no, I think I don't know. That's just my nature. I just like to always be doing something, and I feel like you have to let the creative juices flow and let them out. If it's like bottled up, it kind of eats me up inside. So
Yeah. How long do you want your animation series, like the anime one to go for? Like,
I like that you asked that.
do you want it to be like just seasons nonstop? Do you want to do like a small project to see how it takes off? Like, what's your idea for that?
So my plan for that is to actually make it a small project.
Okay.
I'm gonna release maybe about 8 episodes first, but I want to do it on YouTube. So it's like a YouTube short.
Oh, that's dope.
Maybe 10 to 15 minutes. So it shows people just who I am and how this style of animation is gonna be before they get the whole story.
Yeah.
And then later on, I'll probably release episodes where it shows like the background or like the backstory and everything else too. But my goal is YouTube, like I said, first, and then Netflix or Hulu if they accept it. So
that's cool. That's, man, if you need some voiceovers,
I actually do. Hold up.
Let me know. Yeah, no, that's cool, man. That's real cool. That's funny.
Whoever wants to be in my anime, text me.
You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. If you want to get down, if you have a good enough voice, you know, he'll scope it out. He'll let you know what's up, you know. But when it comes to like your anime, or I shouldn't say anime, just your animation in general. You say you'll watch to take notes and study sometimes. Is there anything where you just kind of put on to like, I don't want to be thinking, or I just want to enjoy something? Do you have like a go-to show? Because like for me, like I don't do animation, but like if I just need a show just to like kill the noise, and I'll put on like The Office or something, you know. Just
okay, yeah, I do. It's a show on Netflix called The Midnight Gospel. If you heard of it, it's very interesting. It's kind of like 2 different perspectives. So you can sleep and listen to it in the background, and it's like a different story. But if you watch it, the animation has nothing to do with the storyline. So it's more just kind of like, it talks about like deep stuff. Talks about like there's no like practicing death. There's no such thing as a bad drug. It's how you approach the drug. It just talks about just more openness. So it's kind of like a peaceful show. If you've seen like Smiling Friends, it's like that but more calm. So
man, this is so out of my realm. I have I used to watch. Okay, I'm probably gonna date myself here, but my cartoons growing up was Looney Tunes.
Okay, Baby Looney Tunes or the regular? Both were still pretty cool.
Original.
Okay.
The original Looney Tunes. I never watched that Disney shit and Mickey Mouse. Whatever with that. My thing was the Looney Tunes before Baby Looney Tunes. Okay. So like I said, I probably dated myself, but so like for me, when I would watch that stuff, like that was the best ever. But after that, I think I maybe watched The Simpsons.
Okay, yeah, I grew up in Family Guy.
You know what? I never got into Family Guy.
Really? Okay.
I got into South Park just a little bit, but I think more so because my brother, my older brother, he was like in the South Park, and then my little brother's like super into like Family Guy, Rick and Morty, and all this shit. But I don't know. For me, like even like video games, like I don't like to do video games.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Animation. I don't know. I don't think I have the patience for it. To be honest.
Okay.
I feel like, okay, if I'm sitting there playing a game, I'm not getting a real reward out of it. Like I get it. Maybe I'm stimulated or something or whatever. Maybe I'm not out doing stupid shit because I'm sitting here inside. But like, I don't know. I feel like my time can be better spent than sitting in front of the And that's not a knock to anybody who does that. Right. You know, if anybody loves a game, I mean, do your thing. I'm not judging whatever. Just personally for me, I was like, I just always felt like, man, I'm wasting time right now. I could be outside playing with my homeboys. Exactly. Or I can at that age when I was still playing video games, I could be shooting basketball outside or just something. So I got out of video games quick. The cartoons, all that too. Like I think I got just really into like movies and music came later, but I was really into like movies and stuff like that because that was mine and my dad's way to connect. We would always rent movies. This is back when you were renting movies from like Blockbuster before they went out.
I'm not that young.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I used to live in the Inland Empire too. I used to live in Fontana.
Okay, coming from Eastville.
Yeah. Okay. So right up the street from us, there was a place. I don't know how many they had. It was called Hollywood Video. So it was the same thing as a Blockbuster. You rent movies, VHS, DVDs, all that shit. That was my dad's thing, so much to the point where my dad was the number one customer at the place, like legit, not like I'm building him up, but legit. He would go in there and they would recognize, they would know him, and people would say, "Oh, we got to give you a charge, for a late fee, this and that." And my dad was like, "I'm the number one customer. You're not giving me no late charge, you're not anything like that." The manager would come out and straight up, "No, don't charge him. What are you doing, Mister? I'm sorry. Can you please come, Mr. Ventura? How can I help you out? I'm sorry." And he'd start throwing in free DVDs or free movies or something. Like my dad, like he had the rep there, And then he was my dad was a mailman, so like it was easy to spot him too when he was inside. But that kind of kept me away from like video games and cartoons and things of that nature, because once me and my pop had that little connection, it's like, I just want to watch movies with him. Okay. So I grew up heavy watching movies. I used to want to be an actor.
Really?
I used to want.
What movies did you grow up watching?
Oh, dude, like my movie icons, like if they pass away, I'll probably cry, and like I was even thinking of getting like tattoos for them, like Arnold Schwarzenegger with the Terminator movies, Jean-Claude Van Damme with his one movie was called Double Impact, where he plays himself as a twin brother. Like that was one of my all-time favorite movies. I grew up watching Bruce Willis. I grew up watching Steven Seagal before he got like fat and whatever he's doing with himself now, Sylvester Stallone before he, aged gracefully. I used to watch his movies, like the last action stars, Robert De Niro, Al Pacino. Like I grew up watching them. A lot of them was because of my dad too, though. My dad would bring movies and we just start watching. It's like, oh, I like this guy. This watch more and more. So if anything happens to those guys, oh man, my heart's gonna break. God forbid. Hope it doesn't happen anytime soon. Those were my heroes, and I seen them and I was like, man, like these are just dope ass dudes. Kicking ass and taking names. Getting chicks and shit. I was like, man, I like these guys. And yeah, so I grew up watching all like those guys, and it just used to make me want to be an actor. Okay. But
how come you never perceived acting?
I tried.
Pursued acting.
I tried to like go into it. I wanted to, but it's like I didn't know the steps. I didn't know which acting class was really going to lead me to an opportunity. I didn't know how to go. Even now, I still don't know how to go about getting auditions or even trying. I don't know anything about SAG cards and union, non-union stuff. Like I have no idea how any of that works. And then I don't know anybody who's really in that field to even like really break it down and explain to me. I have one homeboy. His name's Mad Boy That Boy. Shout out Mad Boy That Boy. He tried to put me up on some game, and I was gonna try to like follow what he said, but then fucking life hit, and
got you.
But yeah, like I would love to be in one action movie. I don't care if it's a cheesy movie. I don't care if it doesn't sell. I would love to be in a cheesy like action movie, or even like a music video where we do some like fake acting or some shit, but it's like karate. Like I would love to do something like that. I've always had that idea, that passion to do that. But yeah, I just, like I said, I didn't know the lane. I didn't have a blueprint.
Like
I didn't
guidance.
have I didn't have no guidance. My parents didn't know what to do. They didn't know. It's like we were very. It was very like out of reach for us.
Well, when it comes to that, my question is too. Like, I'm happy you have this podcast. How'd you come up with the idea to start this?
So for this, like, I just wanted to talk to people, because I've been doing rap and hip hop music for a minute. I've been performing stages across California. I performed in Oklahoma, Arizona, trying to get into New York, trying to go to Texas. Like I love doing music, man. I love performing. I love getting on stage. I love doing my thing. And I would come across a bunch of artists where after the event we would chop it up, or even before, we were all just talking, and it's never about the event. It's never about our persona that we have to have, our bravado of being an artist, stuff like that. We would just talk, just like this. And you come to find out, man, like there's so many interesting stories. People have something to say. And I've said this on multiple podcasts where it's like, if you were an artist and you were talking to me right now, I would be telling you, dude, the shit you say in your music, I love it. It's interesting, it's fascinating. But the stuff that you're not saying, the stories that aren't coming out, that's just as important. I need to hear that, So it's like finding that stuff out, and then you just find out more about your own peers, your own friends. You find out who's a piece of shit. You find out who's just a good, solid person. Like you find out so many stuff. You find out who has dreams and aspirations, and then before you know it, hey, I'm able to open the door for you. I know somebody who can help you, navigate this and help you out. Like it's a way to give back. I wanted a platform where I can give back to help anybody out. I don't ever like think I'm gonna blow up to be a major podcaster, but it's still a platform where people can get content, and if it helps them out, it helps them. If people want to get something off their chest, come on and get it off your chest. Like ultimately, I just wanted to chop it up with people that I wanted to talk to and give them an opportunity to say whatever. Because like I said, there's a lot of times where I'll be talking to an artist and they give me their gimmick and say, hey, I know who you are. Cut that shit off. Just talk to me now, Let's just talk, and it just becomes natural. So I love that aspect. And out of nowhere, everybody wants to like all of a sudden be on a podcast. And you're like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't even know everyone wanted to talk that much,
Everyone's got a story to tell. I like that you say that. There's I feel like there's a lot of you just see people's faces on Instagram and you think that's their life, but obviously like behind closed doors there's the actual person that has to do all that stuff. So I'm pretty sure like all the stuff you do on Instagram, I'm pretty sure you're tired doing all that fucking shit, right? Don't you want to express that? So I'm also grateful to be here to explain my story and just help people understand me as a person. Like I said, a lot of people don't think that I like art, so that's my biggest takeaway. But yeah, I love it. So I just keep doing what everyone's doing. No one's you're gonna have opinions constantly, so just disregard the opinions, I would say.
Oh, big time, dude. I stopped caring about what people think a long time ago. I became really good at public speaking a long time ago. So now when I'm able to say things, whatever, even if I get dirty looks, whatever, when I'm on stage, I say what I need to say. Rap, I need to rap. I don't give a shit. In my head, I'm already there. I earned my spot. They're there because they paid to be there. Ooh. It's a done deal. You know what I mean? It's a done deal. If they're not gonna be happy, then hey, you don't gotta listen to me next time I hit a stage, or you don't gotta follow me on Instagram.
Exactly.
When I drop these podcasts, if you don't want to watch, don't watch. Like I'm not forcing nobody. I'm not pushing anybody. When people come on, I tell them say whatever you want too. If you want to talk about Trump 2024, talk about it. If you want to get biblical, talk about it. I have no preference. I have nothing against anybody. I have no ill will. I want everybody to win. I want everybody to be themselves. Yeah. So for me, like I don't care what people say. And it's hard because as an artist, when I release music or drop albums, that's the first thing I feel.
Exactly, the feedback, right? Like you want people to say certain, like just to have some support. Not even like I'm proud of you, as long as you have people like not tarnishing something you did. Yeah. Like, and then it's hard for me, just like it's hard to stay humble and not come off cocky, because say you're doing a brick podcast and people are hitting you up, they're probably like, oh yo, Marc, you're doing this thing, yo, like yeah, you have support, yeah, they're hyping you up, but I feel like sometimes you kind of like you don't know if you should be talking about it. Sometimes I don't talk about my work because I feel like I'm coming off. Like, say I'm talking to someone who doesn't do as much as I do. I might become off as a cocky asshole. But, like, I'm just trying to share my experiences, you know what I mean? So, it's a great area.
Yeah, it's your life. That's why I told you earlier. Shout yourself out, dude. Like, I want you to talk about who you are. I want you to express yourself, man. Like we how long we spent talking about animation? Like, we still got to talk about modeling and acting, your marketing, cannabis lifestyles, future plan. We can probably talk for like 3 or 4 podcasts, to be honest, before we get a good foundation of who you are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's so much to everybody, not just you, but everybody. You know. But yeah, man. Like, I just want you to be comfortable with yourself, dude. And like I said, I don't care what people say. I'm glad It's great you have that self-awareness. You're like, I don't want to be cocky and all that. But it's like, if people get offended or threatened by it, they got to live with that inferiority. That's not for you. You're doing you, and you're trying to level up and win. They should be supporting that and congratulating that. When my homeboys do good, I fucking try to shout them out, dude. I try to cheer them on. I try to show them love and dap them up. I try to, whatever. If they post something, I'll repost it for them. Excuse me. I never, I don't understand that. I don't understand why you won't celebrate people. And
it's funny, I've always been that person though. So like, I'm slowly this past year, I've been transitioning just to be more selfish, as everyone should be to an extent. But yeah, I've always been the one just like to text you first. Like, not even on some weird stuff like, hey, hope you have a good day. Like, hey, homie, miss you. It's been a couple weeks. Hope you're doing well. Cool. Do I ever get those? Not necessarily. Like, I would say I have a lot of acquaintances and friends. I would say true friends I probably have maybe like 4 or 5. Acquaintances, I know a lot of people, but at the same time, I realized over time, a lot of people just want you for certain things. So I just cut off those people who want me just because I do certain things. So it really opens your eyes to who actually supports you truly, and who's just there just to to have it on silence. So say like, oh, I know someone who does this, or you know what I mean? Yeah.
Or a lot of times, like they see what you're doing and they won't congratulate you. They won't shout you out. If you're doing something, they won't repost it. But if they see you get traction, hey, what's going on? How you doing? Yeah.
Get the random text. Hey, bro, how you been?
Yeah.
Busy.
Right. Yeah, man. And see, for me, my issue with all that is like, how to not take that personal. Because for the longest time, I took it personal. I was like, because for me, I was like, my family, not my immediate family. My immediate family shows me endless love and support. They pop up to everything I do. Sometimes they might be the only people in the crowd. That's just how these events work sometimes. But my immediate family has always been there to support my music. Always. Podcasts, always. My extended family, not so much. And I started taking that personal. And I would like question it, call them out. I would talk like what am I doing that doesn't get your approval? What am I doing that you can't just repost something? Like you're already scrolling through it.
That part.
You just gotta hit, repost. So for a while, like it fucked me up for a minute to where I was like, I don't like my family. I don't want to be around some of them, and like I unfollowed a lot of them because I was like they just want to see what I'm doing. They don't want to help me get better. You know?
You like to. It's the news, so you like to see what I'm doing. And then I used to say this a lot. Like people like the results, but they hate the process. Yeah. Like they hate seeing you doing stuff. But all of a sudden when you post on Instagram, oh yeah, he did that, but you weren't there to support me when I was like studying, when I was like going through paying all the bills and everything for this stuff. So it really just shows you who just wants you. I guess it's still just like what am I trying to say? Like a publicity competition. Everyone's just trying to, like, their ego gets in the way, I guess. But I just don't understand.
Okay, so for my family though, like none of them are doing shit. Not in a bad way.
No, I know, but you're doing a lot more than what your family is doing.
Yeah, I shouldn't say it like that.
No, I know what you mean.
My family, you guys are doing shit.
My family, you're doing shit.
But like, I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody chasing a dream. At least from what they showed, I don't see anybody like trying to live an extraordinary life, trying to take care of everybody, generational wealth style. Like, I don't see any of that. I see them, they'll post, well, we're at a softball game. Oh, we went to work. Or they'll start posting pictures of how unhappy they're at work. And it's like, how do I show support for that? I can't. So stuff like that, I won't. If, like, my male cousins are posting selfies, I don't like to, like, pictures of dudes and selfies. I just don't do that. And it's nothing against whatever. I find it weird if another manager's looking at me and, oh, I like your picture. And like, it's like, I don't want you to like my picture, I like my work. You know?
Exactly.
Like, so it's like when I see my family post pictures, I won't like their shit for a reason. But it's like if I'm creating a song and I drop a song and I see that they scroll through it, or if it's on the stories, and because I used to be heavy on that, like, oh, well, they all viewed it, but they didn't, So all they did was train me to not give a fuck who views it. Like I stopped caring about those views now and all that. But for men, I was like, I'm trying to make music to hopefully it'll get to radio play, to hopefully lead to a deal, to just something, just so I can lift our family up, And it's like on my dad's side of the family, and I will say this because I don't care, no one on my dad's side of the family has came to one of my shows yet. I've done hundreds, if not almost 500 shows. I've done so many shows, and not one of them have came to see my show. And I used to, like, back then I'd be like, you motherfucker, like I would be upset. But now it's like, you know what? I don't want you guys as fans. If you guys don't want to support me either, that's fine. If this works out, I'm not gonna look back at you guys either, though. So, like, I already had that in my mind where I was like, they're not supposed to be my fans. I thought because biologically they're supposed to love me, but I was like, default. You know what? Yeah, I was like, you know what? They're not supposed to. That's fine. I'm not supposed to be loved by, certain people, and that's fine. I pick and choose very wisely who comes around me and my family now. So shout out to Rome, shout out to Rhino, shout out to Milkman. Those are my guys. My homeboy Euler, they say he's a prospect, and we'll get there. But we got some good, solid people around us, including my immediate family, and everybody else. Now I'm just like how you said, like we're acquaintances.
Exactly.
And it sucks to have to look at my family like that, But it's like they kind of put themselves there, Because if they were doing music or they were doing something, I would have no problem showing out and like supporting them. But maybe that's just my personality. I don't care about being looked at. Oh, he's a fan. I'm a fan of a lot of people. A lot of my peers. If you go through my phone, a lot of my peers that I've had on the podcast or that I network with, I have a special folder on my phone on Spotify where it's all my peers, and I listen to their music. Nonstop, guys, girls, doesn't matter. And a lot of people are like, they won't do that. They're like, oh, it's just my music, you know. And it's like, I have no problem being a fan, dude. I have no problem shouting out my homeboys, you know, Bandit, Real Life, AE, OG Rome, Snaps. Like, there's so many I could go, but I would fucking run out of breath. But it's like I've never had that issue. So I guess that's why I probably take a little bit. I was taking it personal with my family. I was like, man, these motherfuckers, like, it's nothing. Like, what is it, 10 seconds to repost something, you know? So, man, whatever.
Well, I'll say this. You're doing a great job.
I appreciate it, Shit. Yeah, man. But I mean, because you understand the grind, too.
I do. It's more just like not having the support when you're grinding. It's like, even say you're in like high school, like, not saying I'm looking for, and I'm proud of you, but like, I would get a B, and my parents would be like, well, why didn't you get an A? Oh, and my response, being a smart ass, would be like, I could have got a fucking C, but you know, that's just me. So I was always trying to find like constant validation for just like I'm gonna just say this, like, just I feel like certain accomplishments that I have growing up weren't to my parents' liking, not because they didn't support me, but they were focused on other things. They just wanted to focus on work and provide for the family. But me graduating high school, I feel like that was like, you should have done that already. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a given. Me graduating college, it's like you should have already done that. You know what I mean? So, and the moment I told my dad, like, hey dad, I have my own business,
their expectancy of you was big.
I don't know if they're expecting shit. Like, it's just like, I just want to, like, cool. Like, I told my, hey dad, back in 2020, I'm starting my business, Harrison Designs, and then the first thing he was like, "Oh, you're gonna use my name for your company?" And I was like, "Technically, cool. Yeah, but like, it's our name, like, it's an asset, so now you're like now you can get money off of this." But that was the first response I got, instead of, "Oh, like, I'm happy for you," like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't get any questions asked about my art, my modeling. I show him sometimes, but like, say I'll text him, I get a thumbs up. And that's just my dad. Like, no hate. I love you. That's just how he is and growing up. So it's just hearing that.
Like tough love? Always tough love? Or if you don't mind me asking, like, what was his background? What did he do that maybe like make him like, oh, I did this too. So you know what I mean?
I know. Well, growing up, he had just had his mom taking care of him, and then he actually lost his mom back in early 2000s. So.
Sorry to hear that.
Basically, him and my biological mom, high school sweethearts, went to Paramount High School, and then had my older brother had me. Then they moved from LA to Eastville, Corona at the time, and then they've just been working. So I know from his background, he's just always been a workaholic. My dad's the baby of his family, so he's always been trying to like work. He's also a mama's boy, so he's always caring. I noticed his love language is providing things. So like, even if he's not home, he's gonna come home and bring home food or bring home money. He's out there providing for a family. So I understand that aspect. And then when my mom passed away, I'm pretty sure that took a bigger toll on him, because obviously he got married, he had kids, we bought a whole house, so it's a lot to take in. So I think at this point, obviously the older he gets, he's just trying to find more time for himself. I feel like he wasn't really... I feel like he was focusing on other people and not himself. He had a family and a wife.
Not living for himself.
Exactly. Yeah. So now he's living for himself, and over years he was just trying to find it hard to parent. Once again, I'm my mama's boy, so my mom I was always around her, like going on walks, cleaning, cooking, all her. When it comes to like sports, that's my dad. He will pull up to all my track meets. Hold up, yeah, it's basketball support me when it comes to stuff like that. But I guess he didn't know how to receive love growing up, so he didn't know how to give it also. So, like I said, no hate to my father. That's just the stuff that I get. Even a thumbs up, like I expect to get a thumbs up, and it's funny when I'm right and he sends it to me, but like I'll take that over nothing at this point. You know what I mean? So I guess what I'm saying is trying to find, like, you come home and you paint a picture like, hey dad, look at this. You want someone to say, hey, good job. I've actually just never had that a lot, so we're just trying to do more and more of my life to make me, like, in a way meaningful. So graduating college, that was a big thing. Starting the business is a great thing. I think what got his attention was modeling, for obvious reasons. And then,
boy, put your shirt on. No.
That wasn't even the conversation. She was like, this is what you want to do? And I was like, it's making me money. And he was like, all right. That was a conversation. So it's so simple.
How you said, like, he's a provider. His love language is providing. So maybe like you said, was making me money. So he's able to provide, so easily accepted, you know. Maybe he doesn't see everything else that you do that obviously he's providing as well, so he's not aware. So it's like, oh, thumbs up, okay, you know, just do you know.
That's why I don't take too much hate towards it, because I can understand to an extent, but he has his own life. He's a grown man. I'm just happy he's here. He's proud of me. I know he is.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, at the end of the day, I'm repping his name. So like I said,
using my name.
Yeah,
that's funny.
But yeah, real quick, actually, I want to shout out.
Yeah, man. Shout them out.
T-shirts. If you guys don't have one yet, if you guys do want one,
Want me to hold the other one for you?
Yeah.
I'll hold the one. You hold the other one.
These are the original Harrison design T-shirts. We got the white, we got the black and gold, and if you turn around, it has my name and my logo. Yes, that's your boy. Hit me up, DM me if you do want one. Selling is out, and I will be making more soon. But
solid, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, very, very solid, man. Great designs, great quality, man. If you guys get these, you're in for a treat. I hope you guys get it. If you say franchise, you won't get a discount, but you get to say franchise. you get just to say the word franchise and get that stuck in your head, you know. But that's cool. So you say your pops always showed up to all your like sports and all that stuff like that. Was he ever a coach for you or no?
No, he should have though. But like when I first started doing sports, I was doing basketball. Also got inspiration from my older brother Nick. He was doing NJB or like National Junior Basketball, and I just wanted to do something that my brother did, so I did that. Not to feel like I'm better than my brother. So yeah, I got a lot more attention when it came to sports than my brother did. So point guard,
naturally gifted.
Yes.
Or did you have to work hard at that shit?
Naturally gifted. I'll say
cool.
that. And I'm a Gemini also, so you know us. Yeah, basketball. Fun fact too. I actually played against LaMelo and Lonzo Ball at like Ontario Christian High School. Bro, we got whooped. Lonzo was as tall as he is now, and then LaMelo was short before he had his curly hair. But they whooped our ass. But we played them every single week. It's an interesting memory, and I actually remember his their dad. He comes off like a very. He comes off very loving. He's a caring person. So whatever you see on camera, it's not that. It's not fully. Yeah, that's not the true him. But yeah.
Well, he did good at selling his kids though.
That's what I'm saying, bro. And I tell my friends now from my team, like, yo, we played against these fools. Like, it's so funny. But
yeah, man, he did a very good job when getting them into the NBA and bigging them up and in their company and all. Like, he did a very good job because I mean, I don't know anybody who knows them, but. Just like you said, there's been multiple like sources I've seen on YouTube and Instagram where people are like other athletes, everything. They're like, no, like that dad is a great dad. All that shit you see, he's doing it for the camera.
Exactly.
Doing it for the camera, but he's a great dad. And fuck, he got him into the NBA. I mean, I'm sure they're skills and talented too, but like I'm sure the dad had a little bit to do with that.
That's the support system that I want.
Right? Fucking ride for me. But, so you said basketball. What other sports? You said track and field.
And then track and field. Those were my main ones when I got to high school. I went to Eleanor Roosevelt High School in Eastville. It's honestly a pretty great school. Yeah, my freshman year I started doing track. So I was doing like the 100, 200 sprints, the 400, and then I did long jump. That kind of fucked me over because I pulled both my hamstrings during long jump. Oh shit! So I was like, nah. And then the second year I did cross country. Basically started transitioning from track to cross country because I was better in cross country doing mid distance than sprints, so I was kind of doing both. But yeah, my dad was there to support me, and honestly, I was kind of surprised, just because I wasn't used to having someone there, and like the fact that he liked it. He also ran track in high school too, so that's probably a big reason why he was like, "Oh my track star," you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It runs in the family.
It honestly helped out. Like the times he was there, I would win a lot of races. The times he wasn't, not saying he was like helpful, but times he was there was like a big show out, and the times he wasn't, it was just like me and myself kind of to my thoughts. I also did use running as a way of like escape. Since my mom was going to the hospital, like everyone knew my business. I had the same friends from elementary school to high school, so since 5th grade, everyone knew, oh, your mom's in the hospital. Oh, every day it's like, oh, are you okay? My track coach would be like, yo, are you okay? Like, I just didn't want to hear that. So like, imagine hearing that every single day for like 8 years? Like 6 to 8 years. It's terrible, man. It kind of gets to you, but running sports in a way kind of helped me escape. Like, I can talk to myself, be my own thoughts. Like, no one can like bother me. You know what I'm saying? That was my way. Funny story about this. I'm gonna actually put this on blast. Our old coach, he just got in trouble for some pedophile stuff.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Just like texting the female athletes at their school, and then like stretching with them, but like touching them inappropriately, and then there's like a whole case and everything. So my apologies and condolences to those who were affected by that. I still talk to him. But it's just an interesting story because even I still talk to all my cross country teammates now. Like we hang out. we have Friendsgiving together, and like between all of us, that's the main joke. Like, hey, yeah, we had a coach who was low-key kind of like doing this stuff, but
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you guys all run to the place? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but for real, that sucks, man. It's terrible because I have kids. I have 3 babies. It's terrible that there's people out there that do shit like that take advantage of you know, the younger people like that. People, man, I sometimes live in fear thinking about what my kids might have to go through and experience when I can't be around them, because I'm around my babies every day, every single day. Me and my wife, we try to show that endless love and support. Like we try to do whatever we can to let them know, you know, without even thinking, we love you, we're here for you, we support you, whatever. I can't even imagine how I would feel if my kids had to experience some shit like that. That's terrible. That's horrible.
Looking back now, because as we were kids, we kind of like had an idea, but like when you're older, you're like, oh, what is he doing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As kids, you're just like, that seems weird, and then we were just like tell people about it, but no one would listen. And now, after everyone graduated, it came like a whole big story. Like the whole school was under investigation. Like, bruh, but. Yeah, just on that topic, it's where the people still kind of do that nowadays. Like, at this day and age, come on, what are you doing? Just find someone your age, or...
Don't be a fucking creep, you know?
Yeah, it's always a teacher.
But you know, it's like, all right, so for people like that, like, oh, man, who was it there? There was a UFC fighter. I think it was Cain Velasquez. I think he's still going through it right now. I want to say it had to do something with pedophilia, where, like... I don't know if it was his kids or like his the teammates' kids or something. I want to say it was his kids. They might have been touched inappropriately, and he's an ex-UFC fighter. This dude went at him. I think there was like gunshots and all this other shit. And instead of people like, dude, that's fucking hard that you did that. Like, congrats. You know, you stand up for your family, protect your family. They had him like locked up. I think he's still locked up. I think. Damn. Yeah, and the dude, like, he's out free. The pedophile's out free. Yeah, it's like, what kind of fucking justice system is this, dude? You know,
and
like,
it's funny because, well, he's out now. there was like a whole jail situation, but I don't know who paid bail, and then now he's a registered sex offender. But I feel like there should be more like rules to put in place for that. That's just kind of like,
dude, like, there's no way he should be out right now. There's no way. Anybody that does that shit, it's like, you deserve to be put in jail, and then fucking the dudes in there deserve to beat the shit out of you, stomp you out. Fuck it, castrate you, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, like, and it's like all of that is deserved. You know, there's no reason you should be doing anything with anybody underage. Like I said, I have my babies, so it's like I just think, you know, I pray that they're always blessed and protected when I can't be there. You know, because there's going to come that point in life where dad's at work, they're at school, they're at their job in the future, they're walking out of a bar or restaurant down the, and it's like, I can't always be there, you know? So it's like, I just pray that they're protected and blessed, because that's terrible, dude. I'm glad he got caught, though, and hopefully everybody that was affected by it, you know, they're able to somehow move past it and
emotionally,
you know,
they're a lot better now. And
not let them like dictate the rest of their life, you know? Hopefully they're, you know, empowered.
Just to touch on kids right now too. I don't have kids yet, but I do intend on having kids within the next, I would say, 3 to 4 years.
I like how you say yet. I like that.
Yeah, I'm so ready. But the thought that you mentioned, bringing like you're worried about your kids, I always have these thoughts like, how do I want to be perceived as a parent? Not saying I want to copy my parents' mistakes and non-mistakes, but it's like I don't want to come off as too over-parenting. Like I don't want to come off as like I don't care too less. Like I guess it's just always a question. So what would your advice be just to prep for having a kid?
For me, I would say don't try to plan. And when I mean that, like, when I have this job or I make this much or we live in this area, like, because the timing's never going to be right. The money will never be enough. Just let it happen. Go for it. Make it happen. They are the best blessing you will ever receive. And the one thing you're going to grow to understand and learn when you have a baby, like, you think you know love right now. You think you understand the power of love and affection. When they are there in your hands, when they're birthed, when you see them, you know, when they're 2, 3 years old, when they're taking their first steps, anything, your heart just grows more and more and more. Yeah. The amount of love that your heart will hold is going to grow so exponentially. And you don't know that now. You think you know love and really like devotion and emotions right now. Have a baby and it's going to change. So I would say do not wait.
Okay.
Don't wait. Just the time's never gonna be right. The situation's always gonna be, something's gonna happen. But if you're a good person and you're always making the right decisions, it's gonna work out and fall in place how it should. It's gonna happen. As far as like the over parenting or trying to like step back, but you don't want to appear like you don't care. You're gonna see they're gonna have their own characteristics and charisma and all that. Just do your best to make sure they smile every single day. Just do your best to make sure that they know that they're loved every single day, and they're gonna grow to their own interests and all that, and just support them. You know, no matter which way life takes them. Like for me, I grew up playing all types of sports. My son loves to play soccer. For me, I was always on defense because I was a fat, slow kid. Like I love soccer, but like I never like want to make a career. My son wants to make a career out of soccer. So for me, it's like, just that's what you want to do. Okay, I'm gonna help you do that. That's where your interest is at. Okay, as long as you don't want to hurt people, you don't want to be a bad person, you know. And obviously the way you carry yourself, because they're gonna be a reflection of you. If you just keep being a good person and doing what you're doing, you're gonna see they're gonna pick up on your mannerisms, your tendencies, and things like that. So like when I see my wife, I hug her and I kiss her all the time. Oh, I love you so much. You know, I'm happy to see you. Things like that. My kids will now tell my wife, I love you, Mom. I love you this. And it's like they pick up on certain things. Gotcha. And it's like, yeah, just, I would say don't overthink it. Don't wait till like, okay, when I'm this age with this career, that just, because it's never going to fall in place that like perfectly like that. And don't even worry about, am I overstepping boundaries? Am I doing this and that? Because when I was a first-time parent with my first boy, because I have 3, when I had my first boy, I was a wreck. I was so nervous, like I don't want to mess him up. I don't want. And it's like the more you have kids now, it's like, man, go crawl, do your thing, fucking make a mess, and you know all this stuff, and you know, because me and my wife come across these Instagram posts where it's like, there's gonna be a day where you're not gonna have a mess to clean up. Oh. You're not gonna have laundry to do. You're not gonna have, you know, and then also there's the flip to that where be thankful that you have so many toys for them, that there is a mess to be made. Be thankful you guys have a roof over your head, so you have a house to clean, you know, things like that. So it's like you just learn to like appreciate the little things, and always remember, you know, kids are gonna be kids, and they're gonna, just like us, we grew up and navigated our own way. We, you know, we had the right people in our life to know, okay, this is the right type of friends I want around us. This is a safe environment to be in. This is an interest that really gets me going, you know. So it's just one of those things where it's like, they won't understand, even though you may feel like, oh man, am I showing that I care less? They may not understand that. They may like in their own world, oh, Dad's letting me do this and do that, draw on the wall here and flip this over. So it's like just keep being a good person, and that's gonna come out in them. Instill whatever morals and values you believe, that's gonna come out in them. You know, always treat people with respect. That's gonna come out with them. You might have to correct them and, hey, say please, say thank you. Right. You know. Look somebody in their eye when you talk to them, things like that, little corrections. But like for the most part, man, it's such a blessing. It's not easy. Parenting is not easy at all, but it is such a reward and a blessing every single day when you get to wake up with them, and then when you go to sleep and they're, you know, in the room with you, in the bed with you, or whatever they're doing. Like there's so many blessings to it. Yeah. So like I said, I know that was long-winded, but like for me, there's never a right time or right place when it happens. It's a blessing, and just you'll see them grow and develop, and just, you know, support that, dude. That's it.
I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
Of course.
Hey, Camille.
Yeah. Start cooking, warm up that oven. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Like kids are so much fun, man. Kids are a blessing. There's no better feeling. Like I'll pick up my daughter from school. She's 3 going on 4, so we have her in TK. So she only goes for like 3 hours a day. There's no better feeling when I pick her up. She comes running out of the classroom, Daddy, because majority of the parents that pick up their kids is moms. My wife, you know, she has to work during the day at times, so I have to go get her, and you know, no problem on that. Me and my wife, excellent on working out our schedule. I work nights, she works days. Like we balance perfect. And she's also a Gemini. But there's no better feeling. My daughter comes running out. She sees me, Daddy. Oh man, you'll learn to like enjoy these moments. You'll learn like when certain phases pass, and you're like, my baby's not a baby no more. Like
I think I'm ready for that already. I'm sorry. Well, this might be talking prematurely. I'm just ready to settle down. I feel like I've had enough in my life, work wise and to experience. Not saying I know it's gonna be a battle up and down, like taking care of him financially, but I don't know what else there is to add on to my life besides work. So this is like the next thing I'm able to like provide for. And my current job, marketing, it's more remote. So like I can be at home working while I'm still with my kids. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to, if anything, I'm trying to maneuver my life now. That way, by the time I'm ready to fully settle down, it's not as hectic, as that makes sense.
That's good. My only apprehension with that, because my wife, hers is part-time remote. The kids won't ever understand when she's mom, or for your instance, when you're mom, or when you're an employee. So you might be in the middle of, I have a deadline, I have to do something real quick. You're on your laptop. To them, they see, there's my superhero, there's my dad, and you know, so that's my only apprehension with that, because that happens from time to time with my wife. And I have to tell her, because sometimes she'll be stressed. Man, it's like I get it, baby, but it's like they don't know that you're an employee right now. They see mom, they see a great mom. That's it, you know. And it's like you have to remind her that too. You're a great mom, you know. So if you go through that, remember you're a great dad. It's just you got to work, and so that's my only apprehension. If you do that stuff, if you decide to work from home, just kind of be ready to like, okay, I have to put work on pause if they, you know, because work's 9 to 5, but kids are 24/7. You know.
I'm having a problem with that now. I'm always a workaholic, I would say. Like even this morning I was up at like 4 o'clock, just hard time sleeping, but the first thing I try to do is just work. Back to how you said, like when you're playing games but you'd rather be doing something else, like that's how I kind of see it. If I couldn't fall asleep, I used to play games a lot, just watch TV, and then like got tired of that, because I can be working, making money, trying to fall asleep instead of just playing games trying to fall asleep. So I'm just always trying to do something that's just to settle my mind, I guess, ease my mind. That's just a mental thing,
but I mean, that's a good problem to have, right? That you have so many avenues and lanes. I can make money, I can do this. Some people are going to sleep, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know, I don't want to wake up. Fuck this, you know. So that's a good problem to have. But yeah, man, it's just, you know, however you compartmentalize things, however, you know. If you're ready for a kid, that's awesome. I hope that happens, you know. Just know, like, it's gonna be rough, and just support your lady. Let her know, like, no matter what, no matter what problems, no matter whatever it takes, you know, you're gonna be there. There's some times where you're not gonna be able to wake up in the middle of the night, and you're not even gonna understand that she got up 2 or 3 times with the baby, because that still happens with me. My son is about to turn 1 year old tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah. Happy birthday, baby boy Jack. You know, my handsome Jack. There's times where I don't even feel my wife get out of bed. I don't hear my son crying, his crib's right next to us, and my wife told, wow, he was up at this time, man. That time I was like, where the fuck was I? You know. So just, you know, at times like that, things are gonna get rough, and it's never a competition. It's never, I was up with the baby this time and I did. It's never competition. I changed the baby's diaper and then I fed the baby and then I gave the baby a bath. And because there's gonna be times where you're doing more and she's doing more, but ultimately it's all for the same purpose, the same cause. So you guys always got to remember that through all that sleepless nights and irritation, whatever, you guys are still a family. You still want the same, you know, end goal of to be in love and to have a healthy baby. So just remember that, because a lot of times families and parents have problems because it becomes a competition. Well, I was up with the baby last night, and I was up with the baby this, and it's like, okay, I'm sorry, I was tired from work, or, you know, like, just so happened that day work beat me up mentally or physically, and I didn't even know, I was asleep, what I'm gonna tell you, you know, or, you know, just things happen, life happens, you know, and you gotta remember to step back, pick and choose the battles, and it's like, tomorrow, are we gonna really be fighting about this? Like, does it make sense? You know, things like that. Me and my wife are so good at that, where it's like, it's not a competition. Like, we understand sometimes, there's a lot of times, especially this past year, where she had to carry me. She pulled so much more weight than me, and I'm forever grateful for her, and I will forever shout her out, you know, and she never threw any of that in my face. She never, and the thing is that, you know, as a man, you're like, man, I want to do as much as I can.
Kind of hurts your pride a little bit.
And the fact that she never threw that in my face, and it was just, I got us, baby. I got us. Don't worry, we're okay. I got it. And then, you know, her sleepless nights with the kids at times, like, there's so much more, especially this past year, that she's done more than me, and she never threw it in my face. You know?
How'd you guys meet?
Oh, man. We met through her aunt. You know, before we get into that story, I want to save this podcast. Cool. I want to take us into a commercial break, and we will be right back. Team Franchise, are you guys just like me? Do you wake up every day with that morning brain fog? Do you wake up and find that it's hard to concentrate? You have this lack of focus. You have this unmotivated boost that you just can't seem to grasp? Well, great news for you guys. I have partnered up with a new brand called W. They are a jitterless energy blend, a powder that you just mix in the water. You get to shake it up with a nice shaker yourself, and it has 0 calories, 0 sugars, and 0 colors, 150 milligrams of caffeine, all clean. It's exactly what you need to do better and be better. Mix it up, shake it up, and drink it. That's all you need to get your day going and get rid of that brain fog. You know what I'm saying? Here's to you guys. All you have to do is log on to w.gg, that's DUBBY.gg, and use the new promo code MTFranchise to get yourself a nice discount. All right, and just like that, we are back from that commercial break. So before we broke, you're asking where I met my wife or how we met?
Yeah, how'd you guys meet?
So I used to work at a food and beverage company. It's a subcontracting company where basically we would go into amphitheaters, arenas, festivals, wherever they had, mass crowds, fairs and stuff like that. And we would go in, basically this is our company, this is what we sell as far as food and beverages. Sometimes we would sell alcohol, sometimes apparel, whatever it is, So we would just subcontract into every place you can think of, USC games, Dodger Stadium, the Orange County Fairgrounds, everywhere. So I ended up working with her aunt for a couple years, and then I met her, and she ended up coming to work one day, and because at that job it was just, you got somebody who wants to work, bring them in, we'll make it happen. And she was a solid worker, dude, solid worker, and we never when we first met, never flirted. It was nothing like that. It was, hey, what's up? I'm so-and-so. Oh, hey, nice to meet you. I was the manager at the time, so I was, okay, I need you to do this and that. And, I would leave, do my thing. I had multiple stands and things to hit and set up. And then I was in control of all the money. So I had to provide them with a starting bank to, get transactions going. Then I had to start rotating, drop off product, collect money, switch bills, all this shit, I was moving around. So we never had that full-on conversation. And that was, I think, 2015 into 2016 or something like that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just, we met on the job, and I stopped working there a long time ago. She stopped working there a long time ago. That was, man, it seemed like it was just yesterday. But yeah, it was just, she's a good person. Her family's a good people. Her aunt, when she was working with us, was a great person. And I always tell her, I know I loved you when I seen you eating a Big Mac. I always tell her that. I was like, every time I think of McDonald's, and which is ironic because I don't like McDonald's. But I always tell her, man, I seen you eating a Big Mac and titties rolling. I was like, oh man. She laughs and I tell her,
love at first sight, huh?
Yeah, man. I was captivated. My 2 favorite things, women and food. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was captivated, man. But yeah, yes, we met on the job. But it was
nice story.
Yeah, it was cool because we were friends before anything. We were just co-workers. We talked, respectfully. It was, nothing crossed the line. It was just, it was great.
That's nice, man.
Yeah, we were just both in bad relationships at that time.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was cool, man. It was cool. And like I said, every time I bring up the Big Mac story, she laughs and all that, Yeah, she's such a cool person. Cause, she's hot too. Oh man, my wife is so hot. She's so sexy, and I tell her that all the time, and I hope she believes it. But it's I always tell her, you could do so much better than me. I don't know what it is. If it's the dad bod, if it's my music, I don't know what it is, or if I'm just, you see me as a great dad, and I don't know what it is. I was like, but I feel so lucky. She's so hot, dude. Oh god, shout out to my wife. She's so hot, yeah, dude. I honestly think she should be doing modeling pictures. I honestly, in my heart of hearts, I believe.
Let me ask you this: if she were, would you be okay with her doing that? Because I've had issues where I've dated people and they weren't okay with me modeling. So I know that's an issue with some couples who do that stuff. But.
No, absolutely. If that's something that she wanted to do, because my wife is very smart. My wife is so smart. Double bachelor's and an associate's. And I was, for the longest time, underselling her. I thought she just had a BA. Yeah, so she had all this. I was like, oh, shit. But then, she taught herself crypto and day trading. She taught herself, she's going through the classes to do taxes and notary. They're just, she has her own little side business where she does fruits and snacks. She dips them in chocolate. She makes the balloon arches, decorate. Yeah, my wife is self-taught through all of this stuff. So it's like if she wanted to do the modeling aspect, which I think she should, because she is so beautiful. I know I say sexy, like fuck with her, but like she's just beautiful. She's so beautiful. I think if that's something she wanted to do because she's so smart, she can navigate it, and and I trust her with everything in my heart. I trust her so much. I just think she's so beautiful, and yeah, she wanted to do it, of course. I've tried to push H to make a calendar, even if it's just for me, just for my pleasure, But yeah, I have no issue. Just like she has no issue with me doing music, She understands the elements I got to be around at times. Okay. Sometimes there's gonna be dangerous crowds I got to be in front of. One of the last events I did we were surrounded by Crips. I mean, deep, and it's we know how to navigate though. Me and my boys know how to navigate. We're cool with everybody. We show love. We're respectful. We're there to do music and not politics. So she knows that when I go to these different events, she knows all the elements.
Exactly.
She knows that there's gonna be dangerous times. There's gonna be times where girls are gonna be throwing themselves. There's gonna be times.
She trusts you.
Yeah, man. There's gonna be so many different things that come in, and it's especially like even cannabis events. Are you gonna drive home after smoking? Things like that. Like she has faith in me just like I had the faith in her. So yeah, she wanted to do modeling. She wanted to try acting, whatever it is. I was like, go for it. I don't say there's anything she can't do because she's so smart and she's been successful at everything she's done. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, yeah, she wanted that for sure, 100%. Go for it.
I love that for you guys.
Yeah,
you guys
man.
have a nice
Thank
family.
you. Yeah, man. It's funny because like when you see me on stage and I'm rapping, doing my thing, and we have to post on Instagram. If you see us at the house, we're not turned up like that. We are not turned up. We're mellow. We're calm. We're very humble people. Very humble people. We count our blessings. We do everything for our babies and our family. Like for the music, everything I'm doing, like I wanted to pay off for my kids. Like at one point I was doing it for me, but now it's like everything is for them. Everything, I don't care about awards and accolades, none of that shit. If it can come with a deal or some type of revenue to where they're good, then I'm doing the right thing. That's all I want. I just want everything for them now. You're going to learn that when you have kids. You're going to learn that when you have kids.
Give me some time, shit.
Yeah, everything's going to be for them. You're going to start doing things, and you're going to, in the middle of doing things, man, I'm making my babies proud. There's events where I'm able to bring my kids on stage with me, and those mean more to me than any show I've done, any award I've gotten, any radio play, any spin. Doesn't come close. When I have my babies on stage with me and they're dancing with me or they're grabbing the mic and talking while I'm rap, like that's my world right there, Yeah, man, it's a different feeling. It's like I said, it's a blessing. Me and my wife, we're just we're really good at being humble and counting our blessings, man.
That's good. That should be the takeaway from this podcast today. Just be humble, everyone. Just keep doing what you're doing at the end of the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, like I said, it's not hard to be a good person. It's really not hard. It's one of the easiest things to be. Put your best foot forward, Easiest thing. I mean, like I said, because you've been in the modeling industry. You still are. Acting, artist, and freelance marketing. Like, everybody have to come across. Like, you know how easy it is to spot a shitty person or a fake person. But that's just going to speak higher volumes to your reputation. That's going to speak higher volumes to your character because you're still being a good person,
Exactly.
Yeah, it's easy to be a good person. But like I said, firsthand because I'm sure you have stories that you probably can't tell. Man, this guy's a piece of shit, or this lady was kind of, a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Or this business was, they weren't honoring their commitments and things like that. So I'm sure it has to be frustrating if you came across that. Where like,
I would say most situations is where, like, say we're doing a collaborative project. I'm just always doing whatever the person wants. I'm a people pleaser. So like, if you want something, I gotta get it done, which I don't mind. But when it comes to like, oh, I have an idea, they don't want to support the idea. They want to do nothing. They're like, oh, let's go hang out. Let's go this place. Nah, let's do this instead. Why is it always? How come every time I propose something, it's nothing? So, that when I noticed that, I just stopped helping people that just didn't either want to be helped. If that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And I also learned too, you do have to be around people who are in the same environment as you. So, for example, you're doing a podcast. Are you going to take advice from someone who's not doing a podcast? No. So it's still training my mind a little bit to get used to that mentality and lifestyle. But yeah, I just try to stay away from people, to be honest. Like,
yeah,
it's
man.
funny because like we mentioned earlier,
you gotta protect your peace, your energy. You gotta protect that.
People love seeing what you do on social media, but they never text me. That's my pisses me the fuck off. Like, you can text me on social media, but you won't text me via like the actual text. That shit, I don't understand that. So I feel like if people don't care to do that, then you like they're gonna keep seeing what you're doing. So make sure, just keep posting everything, because at the end of the day, like, a hater is a fan still too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You know, believe it or not, your haters are probably giving you more analytic data than your actual supporters.
Honestly, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? they're the ones that are probably giving you spins and views, and you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like your supporters, your fans will give you the comments or the shares. But as far as like all the views and that's kicking it into the algorithm, that's all the haters, dude. Because they'll watch it 2 or 3 times. And
how is it? Yeah.
Yeah, dude. One of my homeboys that's doing the podcast with me, because we're gonna start a 4-man podcast. I just got all of them on already. We're gonna start a 4-man podcast. But one of them that does this with me, he gets so much hate about it. Because I used to work with him.
Gotcha.
So I used to work with all those other people too.
Oh, so he's like, what about me kind of thing? Or
I don't even know if it's what about me, or if they just, it feels like they just have this disdain for me because of the way I left. And it's like, you know, I don't know what to say. You know, it's nothing personal, you know. I can't say sorry because I'm not sorry.
Right.
You know, like but it's like, my boy shouldn't be getting none of that hate. If there's any disdain for me, fucking let it be known, though. Don't say it to him, because that's the thing. Like, he's getting hate for me through him, and it's like be a girl, man. Say it to me. Like, I don't give a fuck, you know. Because a lot of people are hating. They're still my views. They're still
right.
And it's like these guys are fucking weird. They're weird, right. You know?
Then you get a text the next day like it's brand new. But no, for me, I just lost my train of thought actually. Damn, what was I gonna say?
We're just talking about like the analytics and the haters, and you know how you said just keep posting because there's no support.
I know for me, people like to use just what I have to offer, basically. So like the fact that I do so many things, like, oh, even though if it's a friend from high school, we'd be cool for a cool minute, but like, hey, yo, can you help me with like this show? Can you help me do this? I'm like, I don't mind it, but like, why do you need me to help you? Like, here's my thing. I'm gonna answer your question with questions. Like, you want to do this? How come you haven't done that? Like, oh, I just don't have the assets to. Like, well, why aren't you doing that? Like, why do you want someone to just come up to you and be like, here, I can take care of it.
Serve everything on
exactly.
the
That's
why
I try. Like, I'm like, I can help to an extent, but also when I'm helping you, you're taking over. So am I actually helping, or you know what I mean, or am I just the bystander?
Because you're always kind of being hit up and asking for help. Do you find it hard for yourself to ask somebody for help?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
One, growing up, just because my parents, like, you just don't ask for help, like, kind of figure out yourself though too. And then I feel like one, it kind of, if I'm asking for help, people are like, well, why do you need help? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing so much things. Or I'm always expecting someone to disappoint me. That sounds bad, but I'm always expecting like the worst to happen. So like, say I offer someone to help or meet up, I'm expecting them to cancel. I'm expecting them something to pop up. I'm not discouraged by it because, like I said, I expected it, but it's like something. I feel like there's always an excuse holding people back, and I hold people accountable to the excuses. So honestly, if you talk to me, I might make you feel dumb sometimes. I'm just like, how come you're not doing this? Like, I'm always here's a solution, not here, let's work through the solution. I think that just comes with like patience, and I'm also very, very impatient sometimes. Like, if I have patience to talk to you, that means I'm giving you my time, and I feel like people don't appreciate that or pay attention to that. So yeah, just over the time, even this year.
That's good. You value yourself, though. You know, a lot of people won't value themselves. They'll be like, well, I just do this type of work, and it's like, yeah, but there's so much more to just I do this.
Exactly.
That you guys have put it as valuable too, you know.
Exactly.
So that's good. You value yourself for that, man.
Thank you. And then it's still a battle trying to not come off like, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I'm doing that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to come off cocky. We just have a conversation. But like nowadays, I feel like I don't talk about myself at all because people aren't doing as much as with their life as what they could be doing. You know what I mean? So I'm happy to be an inspiration. I don't mind being an inspiration, but at the same time, it's like you can't. Just don't copy and paste, or don't rely too much on the inspiration. You know what I mean?
Doesn't that bother you though? The wasted potential you see?
Yes. And I hate saying that to people too. Like, oh, you have so much potential. Like, I don't want to be that person putting you down either. But it's like, like,
I tell people for sure. I don't care. I don't care. Like for me, it's like all right. So for an example, I've came across people who can sing very good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, why are you singing these sad, slow, sappy ass love songs that aren't getting you nowhere?
Mm-hmm.
You did one cover of, upbeat this or that, and it fucking took off for you. Why aren't you doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You're wasting it. Like I'll tell them straight up. You're talented in X, Y, and Z. Why the fuck are you not? Like I have, when it comes to that, because nobody ever pushed me to do to be like that. So it's like I don't want to be a repetition of that.
Mm-hmm.
Of I see it, but I'm not gonna say nothing. Oh, fuck that. Let's go. Get into gear. That like I'm big on calling it out like that. I don't care who I offend or who I get mad. You don't gotta talk to me, but you're gonna know I believe in you. You're gonna find out I believe in you, and I'm here to support and try to help as much as I can. And if you don't like that, you don't want that belief for support, then you don't gotta talk to me after this conversation. But you're gonna know that I believe in you, and I don't understand what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like it's all out of love. So for me, even if they feel some type of way, whatever.
It's been honestly, this all happened like this year, just more different perspectives and being more open-minded for just what I actually want in my life and who I want to include in my support system. So at the end of the day, I don't hold grudges to anyone who has been against me. Like, you're living your own life, and I mean, you're your own person, so I can only say so much. I just hope that I'm just happy. I'm at peace right now, so I can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, I have a loving wife. I have a home over my head. You know what I'm saying? I have work to keep me stable, so I can't complain. I'm able to meet new people, so that's overall, like, that's one of my biggest parts about my marketing work, is just meeting new people and be able to network. I see people every day in the cannabis industry, and then it's nice seeing the homie from like 5 years still working in like the same job. You know what I mean? Like, it's cool that everyone's so cool with each other and like getting along.
That's awesome. That's awesome to have that peace in your heart like that. It's awesome that you're able to see blessings not on yourself but just on other people as well. I'm not like super religious, but I know that you shouldn't be praying for your own good. You kind of pray for other people, and so I see that in you, like how you acknowledge everybody, how you're doing this, you grind, you're doing it. That's very admirable to see that, my brother.
Thank you.
I want to take us out on this note because it's such a positive way to end it right here. Especially just you found you said you're peaceful, you're happy. Like,
I am.
There's not too many people out there like that. So for me, that's inspiring, because I love that. I love being at peace. I love having that good energy and that good vibe. So I feel like this is a very solid place. This is just part one. I hope you can come back on, because there's, like I said, we only started with animation and we didn't get to nothing else. You know what I mean? It's like,
no, I like this. Thank you. I'm comfortable. I can just stuff I haven't talked about with other people. So like it's nice to open up with just about other aspects of my life. Yeah. Yes.
So hopefully, with your blessing, I know you're busy, but I would love a part 2. And even if you want to do it, wherever you want to do, we can come here. My spot. If you have a dispensary that'll let us do it with the dispensary in the backdrop, whatever, dude, I'll do whatever.
I got you. Okay.
I feel blessed to be in your presence, man.
Thank you.
Blessed. This was such an honor. Like you said, the universe had made this happen. So
thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Before we get out of here, though, would you like to shout yourself out, or how maybe if somebody wants to get some of your graphic designs, your website, anything, speaking to the camera and whatever you want to shout out, I'll blast it out in the details and all the descriptions for you as well.
Thank you. Yeah, guys. So my name's Justin Harrison. I go by Harrison. Follow my main page. It's going to be 3_ J Harris, 3 more underscores. My design page is 2_ H Designs. And I want to give a huge shout out. One, thank you to Marc. Thank you for In House Convos for having me here today. It's greatly an honor.
Absolutely.
And then a shout out to all my support systems: my brother Nick, my father August, my sisters Diana, Nally, Miles, Josh, and then my wife Camille. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. I want to be here without you guys, so I love you so much, and thank you.
That's awesome. That's beautiful, my brother. This has been another episode of In House Convos. I am your host. I am that guy. I am Marc, the motherfucking franchise. This is my homeboy, my brother. This is J Harris, Harris Designs. That's it, right?
Harrison Designs.
Harrison Designs. The man, the myth, the legend right here in our presence. This has been another episode. But ladies and gentlemen, we are out.